Hello world, this is Lisa Friedrichsen, your friend and professor from Johnson County Community College. And in this short screencast, I'm going to go over some of the best things about Notepad++. Here we are in Notepad++ with a web page, an HTML file open. And one of my favorite things about Notepad++ is its excellent color coding. Now this goes for any language, but we're in an HTML file, and note that all the HTML elements are in blue. All of the attributes are in red. Attribute values are in purple. Comments are in green. And content that you add to the web page is in black. The color coding is magnificent. When I click on a paired tag, an opening H1 and a closing H1 tag light up. And that's true no matter what the tag that you're clicking on. So it's very easy to see with this color coding as I click through the web page if I'm missing a closing tag, which is a very common problem. Here I'm clicking on the opening LI, and given that there's no closing LI tag, I get no light. If I'm working in an empty tag, such as the meta or the link tag, and I use the closing slash, which was the old XHTML standard, then I get the nice light. So you can choose whether to include that closing slash or not. Both ways are still considered correct and will validate cleanly. So the color coding of Notepad++ is really fantastic. If the file is not saved, you'll see a red icon here next to the file name plus an asterisk next to the file name in the title bar. So when I click save, the icon turns blue and there's no asterisk. You can flip this page into a browser very quickly with the Run menu. Firefox, Internet Explorer, let's go with Chrome. And there's our web page. Once you're looking at your web page in a browser, if you have a widescreen computer, or even if you don't, you can try to position your browser window and your Notepad editor side by side like this. I'm going to restore my Chrome window here, drag it with the title bar to the right, resize it, and then put Notepad++ over here on the left. Now this is a really wonderful way to do your development work, and why so many web developers like at least two screens so they can develop on the left and then see the results of their work on the right. And just to prove that this works, instead of Pacific Trails Resort, let's put in Atlantic. Save, refresh, and I have Atlantic Trails Resort. So every time you make a change, you're going to want to save your file and then refresh it in the browser to see if your changes took effect. Another thing that I really like about Notepad++ are the ability to add plugins. And some of my favorite plugins are the spell checker, which checks the content of your page, and also this one, Indent Bifold. You've probably noticed by now that none of this code is indented, and you know how that irritates me because it makes it so difficult to read and debug. But there's a plugin that you can add called Indent Bifold. You get it by going to the plugin manager, and you'll see a myriad number of plugins that you can add to enhance the functionality of Notepad++. Indent Bifold will automatically indent your file. And so how handy is that? Now we have the head section and the body section indented. Here's our div, our outer wrapper. Here's our header section, our nav, another div. Here's our main section, our footer. So we can quickly and easily see our wireframe tags. So Indent Bifold, it works on many different languages. It's not always perfect, but it does give you a nice place to start if some yo-yo gives you a file that looks like this. Thank you.